World Cup 2000, not 126. And the hot atmosphere. The biggest football festival on the planet has begun to spread around the world. This will be the most special World Cup in history. When the first time, the tournament was attended by 48 teams. It's held in 3 countries, including the United States, Canada and Mexico. Larger scale, higher pressure, and the level of competition. It's also predicted to be more intense than ever. In that context, the top championship candidates have come out. Based on the World Football Federation's rankings, performance at the 4-step qualifier, quality of strategy and experience in major tournaments. The 5 most prominent names at the moment include the French national team, Spanish, British, Brazil and Argentina. These are all collectives. They have world-class players, have a clear tactical identity, and important, it's about knowing how to win pressure games. Each team has its own story, an ambition and a special weapon. We can help them get to the top of the world. In the summer of 2000, not 126, a reigning world champion. We are entering a phase of forced transfer. The South American team is still being evaluated. Extremely high thanks to bravery and fighting spirit. Argentina, under Lionel Scaloni, was extremely hard to beat. They may not always play overwhelmingly, they always know how to win. That's the quality of a true champion. Emiliano Martinez continues to be a reliable stopper in wood frames. Defense with Christian Romero and Lisandro. Martinez brings steel and determination. The middle line has Enzo Fernandez, Alexis Mac Allister with Rodrigo Zeppelin. The players are extremely active. On public goods, Lionel Messi may not be at the top of his game. Your influence is still enormous. Out Messi. Argentina also has Julian Alvarez and Lautaro Martinez. To strikers possessing the ability to move, and the endings are very diverse. Argentina's greatest strength lies in its collective spirit. They fight as a unit, ready to sacrifice for each other, and always keep it cool in moments of decision. Argentina's strategy is also pragmatic. They can play counter-defense, control the ball or pressing height, depending on the opponent. It's that flexibility that makes them extremely dangerous. Cup tournaments. Of course, the journey to protect the throne has never been easy. The World Cup is full of surprises and pressure. For the defending champion, it's often much bigger, but with proven bravery. Argentina is a team that everyone has to watch out for. And the team is coming in. World Cup 2000, not 126. With a huge belief that the current golden generation, he is old enough to win big titles. For many years, you always have an expensive team. They often fail at the moment of decision. But things are slowly changing, continuously moving deeper. In the big leagues, help recruit you accumulate a lot of experience. From the World Cup semi-finals 2000, not 100, to the final of the European Championships 2000, not 120, and the semi-finals of the European Championships, they've learned how to cope with pressure and huge expectations from fans. Your squad right now, there's almost no obvious weakness. Jordan Pickford is still the choice. Number 1 in wood frame thanks to experience and stability. Defenders have strong and fast central defenders, as John Stone or Maguire. The middle line is where you recruit the most formidable power. Declan Rice brings certainty and extremely good ball recovery. Ruth Bellingham is the creative soul of the club, with full manual capability, exceptional playing technique and mindset. Phil Foden brings softness and the ability to create mutations in the middle of the field. On public goods, Harry Kane is still the world's top striker, with the ability to hunt and link extremely perfect gameplay. Next to you is Bukayo Saka Kompanen or Anthony Gordon. Young players rich in speed and technique. His greatest strength lies in the depth of his forces. They can change people, but quality, not too much reduction. This is very important in a long tournament like the World Cup. About recruitment tactics, you're playing more balanced than before. They're no longer so dependent on the long shadow or fixed situations. This team now controls the ball better, deploy more diverse attacks, and pressing is much more formal. But the psychological pressure will be a huge challenge. I always wanted to win the World Cup for the first time since the year 1966. The deeper the pressure is greater, and only really strong teams can get through. If France represents total power, then Spanish, it's the model of a functioning collective. Almost perfect. After a long transition period, Spanish football is coming back strong, with the most talented young players in Europe. Before the last European Championships proved that La Rosa, it's no longer just a beautiful ball control team, but it's ineffective. They're sharper now. It's much more direct and much more dangerous. Spain's current squad. There's an ideal blend of experience and youth. In the wooden frame is Unai Simon. The goalkeeper is able to play his feet very well, and extremely suitable with the philosophy of deploying the ball from the bottom line. Defending with Yoni Carvalho, Robin Lenormand and Alejandro. Bold strikes a balance between experience and speed. But Spain's greatest strength are still in the midfield. Rodri is being watched. He's one of the best defensive players in the world. Your ability to regulate the game acts as your brain. Tactics for the whole team. Next to Rodri are Pedri and Gavi, two young technical talents. The ability to control space and extremely modern tactical thinking. This trio helps Spain control the game in a very specific way. On public goods, Lamine Yamal is emerging as the new phenomenon of world football. He's very young, but this player, he's got incredible confidence, bold ball goatability, and the ability to make a difference in big games. Nico Williams is also a very powerful drill, with speed and strong penetration. Special features of Spain, they are not completely dependent into a star. The tactical system is the most important thing. They pressing synchronously, continuous ball rotation, and stretch the opponent with high-speed coordination. At its best, Spain can make the competition almost unable to touch the ball at many points of the match. But the biggest question for Spain is the ability to withstand pressure in the matches that they're ahead of or pushed into difficulty. The World Cup is always different from other tournaments, and sometimes it is different. Just one wrong moment, it can also make dreams go away. He is considered the #1 candidate for the championship. After many years of maintaining the status of the big man of world football, blue jersey team, it's not showing any signs of declining power. The worst thing about France is that they don't just own the top stars, but also have a deeper lineup than most of the competition. In wooden frame, Mike now is affirming, "I am one of the most stable goalkeepers in Europe, with excellent reflexes, and the ability to play feet is very modern." France's defense combines physical strength and speed with names like William Saliba, Juventus Hidio's Upamecano. This is a line of defense capable of confrontation with any public goods in the world. The middle line continues to be a major strength of this team. Eduardo Camavinga, Aurélien Tchouameni and Warren Zaire. Emery represents a new generation of energy-rich quarterbacks. It's extremely comprehensive. They can dispute, escape pressing, and organizing attacks with very high quality. The mobility of the midfield helps the selection always maintain a strong pace of play throughout the match. But of course the brightest star is still Kylian Mbappe. After years of fighting at the top, Mbappe enters World Cup 2026 at the most ripe age of his career. Speed of finishing ability, mutation skills, and top-notch competition experience make you a nightmare with every defense. It's not just the main striker. MVP is now the spiritual leader of the team. For in terms of extremely flexible recruitment tactics, they can play ball control, quick counter-attack or high-intensity pressing depending on the opponent. It's this diversity that makes France very difficult to catch. Coach Didier knows this very well. How to build a winning team. In the big leagues, you don't need the best football team, but always know how to be the most effective team. Experience in the final World Cup 2000, not 122. It's also a huge advantage. Most of the current framework is used to extreme pressure of mortal matches. It's something that can't be bought with money, and it's not easy to get it in just a few years. If you're talking about the team that's most likely to mutate, many people will choose Brazil, although the performance has not been really stable. But no one dares to belittle the most traditional football team in history, World Cup. Brazil has always been a symbol of attacking football, technique and inspiration. But in the modern World Cup, improvisation alone is not enough. That's why Carlo Ancelotti leads this team. It's creating huge expectations. Ancelotti is a famous coach, with the ability to manage the dressing room and build a tactical balance. He understands how to maximize the potential of superstars, but still retain the collective structure. In the current Brazil squad, Vinicius Jr. is our number one hope. His technical speed and explosive ability, it can change the game in just a few seconds. Rafinha is also an extremely dangerous player, with dribbling and finishing from the edge. In addition, Brazil has many remarkable young talents, like Enrique or Rodrigo. This is a generation of technically rich players, and there's a lot of confidence in playing in Europe. The middle line of Brazil. It may not be as flashy as before, but it's still high quality, with Bruno Guimarães Duginas or Lucas Paqueta. They bring a balance between fighting power and the ability to organize the ball. 3 points make Brazil worth it. The most feared is the possibility of exploding in knockout matches. Just a moment's flicker from the star strike, they can kill any opponent. However, Brazil still has question marks about stability in defense and the ability to maintain intensity in big games. If Ancelotti could solve that, Brazil can go very far. World Cup 2000, not 126. It promises to be an exciting tournament, and the most unpredictable in years. France possesses formidable squad depth. Spain carries the perfect tactical system. You have a golden generation that's maturing. Brazil is full of inspiring grass artists. Argentina has the champion's DNA. Each team has its own strengths. There are stars who can decide the game, and they're all aspiring to the top of the world. The World Cup was never a story. Own power. It's also psychological. Moments and sometimes fate. For according to you, which team has the best chance to win the World Cup 2026? France will continue to dominate Brazil and find its glory, or Argentina successfully defended the fourth throne? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. If you love in-depth football analysis content, don't forget to like it like this. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification so as not to miss the latest microphones.